If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And that's exactly the journey that I've been on. I was unhappy in my own skin. I had let myself go, gained some weight, and it was just uncomfortable. As a mom, you're giving so much of yourself to your family. I realized I needed to do something for me.
This is Quest for the IRONMAN World Championship, brought to you by Gatorade Endurance, formulated for farther. After the birth of her second daughter in 2002, Andrea Hirth of Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, was encouraged by a college friend to train for a local all-women's sprint triathlon as a way to regain fitness and have some fun. She had no idea that experience would be the springboard to 11 Ironman finishes and qualification for the 2021 Intermountain Healthcare IRONMAN World Championship presented by Utah Sports Commission. While Andrea has plenty of experience in the Ironman distance, she knows the course, elements, and competition awaiting her in St. George will test her like nothing she's ever experienced on race day. But as she tells the athletes she coaches, the first step to accomplishing any goal is to dare to dream.
Set goals so big that they scare you, and don't stop until you get to that finish line. Get to that goal that you set for yourself. Anything is possible. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. We've been in Pleasant Prairie about 16 years. The triathlon vibe is pretty good here. It's a short season in Wisconsin, but we're not afraid to ride on the trainer. It's a great location to train. Lots of wide open country roads. It started out sprint and Olympic, and I was pretty textbook, like made the gradual progression through the distances of races. And then in 2011, decided to become a certified coach through USA Triathlon and started being able to make a little bit of money while I was sharing my passion and all of my experience in the sport. And the thing I love most about coaching is showing people what they didn't even think was possible. Just the empowerment that people get from, oh wow, I didn't know I had that in me.
It was her coaching work that gave Andrea the nudge to sign up for her first Ironman.
I looked at my husband and I said, if I'm gonna coach anybody to do a full Ironman, I think I'm gonna need to know what that kind of suffering feels like. I didn't really think that I would love the long distance as much as I do, but I mean, 11 fulls and counting. So yeah, it's been a pretty amazing road.
In addition to coaching age group athletes, Andrea began working with the women's collegiate triathlon team at Concordia University in the summer of 2021.
Just being a role model for them, being still very active in the sport myself, I know that it's a two-way street. I inspire them, they inspire me. The journey through sport parallels the journey through life, right? You do things that are really hard in school, you do things that are really hard athletically, and it shows you what you are capable of, how strong you are mentally, physically, what you can get through.
Andrea also finds time to coach Team Phoenix, a training group comprised of cancer survivors. It is a cause close to her heart. When Andrea was training for her first full-distance race, the 2013 Ironman Wisconsin, her dad was battling cancer. She had already lost her mom to the disease.
My dad died the middle of August, and the race was in September. That took on a whole different meaning. Just, you think about them constantly while you're out there and how difficult the cancer battles that they went through. And When you're racing, you're exhausted, you're thirsty, you're hungry, you're tired. And I thought to myself, you got nothing to fuss about? You get to do this? They were both with me through my whole first Ironman and everyone since then.
Andrea will join more than 2,800 athletes towing the start line of the 2021 Intermountain Healthcare IRONMAN World Championship presented by Utah Sports Commission. These athletes range in age from 18 to 79 and represent more than 80 countries, regions, and territories. Historically held in Hawaii, the event came to St. George, Utah for the 2021 edition after more than a 2-year wait due to COVID, and will return to Kailua Kona, Hawaii in October for the 2022 edition. Dubbed the Land of Endurance, St. George is a fitting stage for the world's best triathletes, with the tough terrain and elements. Before Andrea and other athletes even take to the race course, there is a busy race week filled with all the last-minute preparation, picking up race numbers, checking out the athlete village, getting in those final tune-up workouts, and just exploring all the natural beauty and energy of the St. George area. After spending 9 weeks in Southern California to train outside on hilly terrain, Andrea has arrived in St. George feeling fit and ready to race.
There have been some pretty tough training sessions and training blocks, but yeah, I mean, you gotta go big or go home, right? You can't do a bike course with 7,400 feet of elevation and not get close to training that amount. It's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna throw everything I have at it.
The race begins with a 2.4-mile swim. They will swim one big rectangle in Sand Hollow Reservoir, and after the pros are underway, the age group athletes are set off in a rolling start.
Your age group gets called down to the water's edge and you start funneling into those little gates with, every 5 seconds the beep and your race day has started. Holy moly, we are really doing this. This is a world championship and here we go. Typical, like catching up to waves in front of me, passing other people, and got out and felt like it felt just about right.
Andrea exits the water in 1 hour, 9 minutes, 6th place in her 50 to 54 age group. She hustles through transition, preparing to take on the 112-mile bike ride. After a short but hilly out and back section in Washington, the full gas bike course heads towards the town of Gunlock, where racers face a steep switchback before they loop around for the notorious Snow Canyon climb.
As we went on the bike, it heated up pretty quickly. The wind was right in my face on Red Hills Parkway. The crosswind was there. I'm a pretty solid bike handler, so I didn't have a problem like just being an arrow and letting it rip. When I was climbing through Snow Canyon, so mile marker 100, it was so quiet in there. All you heard were like just cranks turning. I got to the top and everybody is just screaming and this guttural cheer noise, like very primal, like, okay, I've just conquered the whole world, let's do this.
And now it is time for the marathon. The 26.2-mile Hoka Run course is 2 rolling loops around St. George. After another swift transition, she is ready to tackle the final leg of today's World Championship.
So I moved into the run and was feeling pretty decent, and I just kept going, because it is still like in the upper 80s outside, hot. I could feel like everyone's energy. I knew that the college girls were tracking me. I knew Team Phoenix was tracking me. All of my friends who I trained with and who I race with. Like, you can't not feel that throughout the day. So the people who were able to wish you luck in person and the people who are watching over you, they were all there. And I'm just so glad. And I looked at the finish line and just how beautiful it was. And I looked ahead of me, there's nobody in the chute. And I was like, okay, we're just gonna take this slow and enjoy every minute of this.
With a race time of 13 hours, 44 minutes, Andrea Hirth is an IRONMAN World Championship finisher, 23rd in her age group. This experience, this moment, isn't just a personal feat. Like always, it is shared with her parents, her 2 daughters, and her athletes.
You show up every day, you do all the work, this is what you get, and it's just amazing. I still can't believe I just finished an Ironman World Championship.
And then there is double the reason to celebrate as husband Scott finishes. They have both overcome countless obstacles to make this finish line a reality. The race theme of Kumukahi, New Beginnings, couldn't be more fitting.
The journey is definitely not over. Once you get a taste of it, like I said, just the feel of a world championship, I'm not done. I'm just getting started.